What's up, friends? It's your girl Sarah from Sarah Styles here. Y2K is fire right now, friends. Do not miss out on this trend. Today's video, I am sharing with you my top 20 Y2K sales from this summer. If you're looking at what's selling on Y2K, I'm going to link a video up here on how to use Terapeak, eBay's Terapeak data to figure out what to source. It literally tells you what to source looking at what's selling right now on eBay. Let's jump right into it. The very first sale, wrong one. You guys probably want to see that bigger and me smaller. True story. So the very first one, Juicy Couture is back, friends. This sold for $113. I actually think this was an offer and it doesn't show here, but it sold right around $100 within a couple weeks on eBay. Y2K, Juicy Couture, that like velour. Think about when I'm shopping, I think about like Mean Girls, right? So if you're not my age, this is the best time. Let me know down below, right? So if you're around my age, I'm 37. My husband's always like, how do you know what to buy? And right now it is so easy and it's so much fun because I feel like I'm just a teenager again. I am out sourcing and shopping for things that either I wore in high school or I wanted to wear but could not afford to wear in high school, or things that I saw and just didn't have the guts to wear in high school, right? Like we're all trying to figure it out, but it's so much fun right now. So trying to shop, end of the 90s into Y2K, definitely where it's at. Let me know down below what trends you guys are noticing or what your favorite thing to wear in the Y2K is, or even what's coming back now. I am going to say the low waist trend, I'm hoping does not stick around for very long. I much prefer a high waist. It's not, some people can pull it off. It is not a trend for me. I will tell you that much, friends. All right. So the next thing, Abercrombie and Fitch. So I grew up, if you guys follow my channel, you may or may not know this, but I grew up thrifting out of necessity, and Abercrombie and Fitch was like the holy grail if I found it. I wanted to wear all the Abercrombie and Fitch for a couple of years in high school, and then I turned a little bit more like punk rockery, like pink type style, right? But for a while, like Abercrombie and Fitch, middle school and the beginning of high school, like, I mean, these pants to me, growing up with a lot of money at the store, was like $100. Like, we could not afford that by any means. And so anytime I found these thrifting, I was super excited. So when I found these at the bins, I was like, this is definitely it. Abercrombie and Fitch, Y2K is definitely back. These sold on Poshmark for $40 within a week. So these are the Dojo Flare. I think that's how you say it. So 7 for All Mankind, these have always been consistent sellers. I don't know that it's necessarily a Y2K trend, but what's coming back from the Y2K is this flare. These are a lower rise, straight leg, big baggy. You guys will see it in a minute. For a while it was the skinny jeans, and now it's coming back with like a wider leg, a straight leg, a flare. That's coming back. If you see these 7 for All Mankind, these always sell around $50 within a week or two. So definitely pick those up. BOGO for sure. These actually just sold this morning. I don't know when you guys are going to see this video. It may take me a while to upload it. These sold, I cross-listed them from Poshmark to eBay from eBay to Poshmark this morning. I had like 3 likes within the first hour, which I know on Poshmark doesn't mean anything, but I had 3 likes within the first hour of listing them, 1 question, and then a sale within, I listed them this morning, within 3 hours they sold. Leads me to believe maybe I could have listed them for higher. What do you guys think? Lululemon. This was actually given to me. I have a friend who worked in New York at a Lululemon store in the early Y2K era, early 2000s. And so she has so much, she is the best person to get donated stuff from. She has so much athletic wear, Lululemon, Aloe, all of that, and some of it, which is awesome now, is Y2K. So this one sold, it's like a bowling bag. Did I put that in there? Bowl, yeah. So it's not actually a bowling bag, but think about it. What is the Van Holsen? Do you know what I'm talking about? Let me know down below. But they had bags like this in the early Y2Ks, early 2000, and Lululemon is always a big one. Friends, I know these are coming back. Let me know what you think about these. I'm not a fan. I'm going to be completely honest. I've seen some younger kids wear them with like their baggy pants, and it does look kind of cute. I'm going to tell you, I am wishing, and in a few more things you're going to see too, I'm wishing that I kept my husband's whole wardrobe when we met. So we met like in I don't know, 10 years ago, 2012. So Y2K stuff was kind of coming out of, wasn't really cool anymore. And he was still wearing shape ups. He was still wearing cargo pants. And I was like, dude, get it together. Like, we're getting rid of this and getting new clothes, because it was the end of the Y2K, right? And now I'm wishing that I would have kept all of them. He had a pair of shape ups, and I was like, oh, those are like, I hate it when he wore them. But I'm wishing that we kept them, because it's totally back. Sold for $50. I have a couple others, and I've had some of them for a while, so I'm not really knowing which ones are selling, which ones aren't. Maybe it's just oversaturated. Let me know if you guys have luck with it. Victoria's Secrets, friends, think about Mean Girls. Think about the mom in Mean Girls. She has like the whole velour set, when she would come in. But anything that is flashy from Pink, Y2K, we called it yoga pants. I'm trying to remember what they're calling them now. Remind me, if you guys know, I can't forget. I keep forgetting what they're calling them now. We called it yoga pants, where it was like workout pants, but they were like flared and wide leg. You see, I put Mean Girls here. Victoria's Secrets. If they have just the plain ones, not so much, but you can see these have little sparkles. It says Victoria's Secrets on it. Nike, Y2K. Nike is always a really good seller. I pick up almost anything Nike, except for between like 2010 and 2018. That stuff's kind of all out. But anything current Nike for sure, and then any vintage Nike for sure. Either Y2K, 90s, 80s, any Y2 Nike. But here's Y2K. The thing I like about Nike too, if it's not completely worn off, you can see on the tag, it'll tell you the year on the tag. So it's easy to list for a vintage perspective. Oscar de la Renta. I mean, hello, this is definitely a style of the Y2K. If I don't know for sure, like in Nike, I can see the date and I can see when it was made. If I don't know for sure, but I'm like, hey, that's totally in Y2K 90s, I'll put it in the title, and oftentimes down in the description, I will just put Y2K 90s style, because it's not exactly from there, right? And if I don't know for sure, I won't always put vintage. Vintage is 20 years or older. So anything, I mean, this is Y2K now, friends. It makes me feel so old. But this is anything 2002 and older is now vintage. If you're selling on eBay, you definitely want to click the vintage item specific when you're listing it. Express, I don't know if I put this in here. I did not. Coyote Ugly, friends. Like, if you guys were following my Instagram, there was this whole reel of, God, I can't think of this song. But, I'm just a trash dirt bag. I don't remember the song, but it would show a picture of you now and then like picture of you in your teens. And I did one on my stories. I didn't do a full reel. But there was a picture, 100%, I was Coyote Ugly. I had like a leopard hat and a cowboy hat and like a black shirt. I mean, total Coyote Ugly. But if you guys have not, if you're a newer generation and you're trying to figure out what's selling, go watch Coyote Ugly. That stuff is absolutely selling right now, along with Mean Girls. Those are two movies that I highly recommend, and Clueless too. So Clueless is more 90s. Clueless, schoolgirl, plaid, short skirts. That's definitely selling right now too. Those are three movies that I highly recommend watching to see what is selling right now. But these are Leather Express. Keep in mind, if you guys are noticing, none of these are a high-end brands really. I mean, maybe would you call Seven for All Mankind high end? It's like $150, $200 for a pair of jeans, but most of them are like mall brands, but they're from Y2K and from the 90s, and that is what is making them selling. Union Bay, friends, again, not another high end brand. I am almost positive these are a pair of jeans I had. Let me know down below if you guys had a pair very similar to this. Union Bay was definitely, I mean, I'm from Colorado. I don't know if it was everywhere, but Union Bay, I definitely owned quite a bit of Union Bay. It was sold like JCPenney's maybe, so not high end, more of a mall brand. But what you're looking for here, and I did a video, I will link it up above, where I went into Terabeak and was looking at Y2K and figuring out what was selling, what keywords, what things I wanted to look for. And two things that came up were the carpenter and the wide leg. And that's exactly what these were because I sold them, but they are for someone else. What makes them a carpenter, if you don't know, it's this little thing right here. Carpenter is essentially a carpenter, and they put their hammer in it, right? And so having that little hook right there, carpenter, it's really hot right now. And then obviously the super wide leg is what made these sell. Union Bay again, friends. Look at this. Wide leg, pants, high rise, Y2K, corduroy. I'm pretty sure I had this pair as well too. These sold within a week. So everything I'm showing you sold either really high and or pretty fast, right? So within a week or two, some of them within a day. Abercrombie & Fitch, if you can find Abercrombie & Fitch from Y2K, I would pick it up. Especially because they had that Netflix video, very controversial video that came out as well. But Abercrombie & Fitch is selling. So these didn't sell super high. What I want to show, and it doesn't show in this screen, but I know because I shipped these out like yesterday, or a week, I don't know. I shipped them out recently, but I know because the price was like, the gross price was like $40. And I was like, who would pay $40 for these? Again, should have kept my husband's old wardrobe. He absolutely wore these when we met. But I'm telling you $40 because, okay, they sold for $16, but international. I'm getting quite a few international sales on these. So they paid more in shipping than they did in the actual price. Oh, don't you love 7 for all mankind? I think I just listed those this morning. They are a Y2K style as well. Y2K, friends, the cargo shorts for men's, Abercrombie & Fitch ones that I have sell higher. American Eagle still sells, and I have a couple others I think to show you. But these cargo shorts, if you knew anyone in the Y2Ks, they were definitely all wearing these. Free People, so kind of this dress, this one is a style. I'm not positive that it was from Y2K, but it's definitely a Free People style. I would have worn this. The kids now are wearing it like with sneakers. Super cute. Another recommendation I'm going to make, I have more to share with you, but another recommendation on how to know what to buy, a trendy if you're in fashion. So one thing is, if you're my age, you buy what you would have bought then or what you would wear then. And the other thing is, when I go to the mall or anywhere where you're seeing teenagers, not in a creepy way, right? Don't be creepy about it, but see what they're wearing. I mean, watch what they're wearing. Go into Forever 21. Go into H&M. These are like the trendy stores, and they're going to have, a lot of them are mimicking this Y2K style. If you can find the original Y2K, it's going to sell a lot higher because it has added value to it, because it is actually from Y2K. The other thing, my husband makes fun of me for it, but I watch a lot of like teeny bop shows because you can see the current styles of what they're wearing. I also watch them because I just think they're kind of fun. And it kind of gets my mind away from them. But stuff like To All the Boys I've Loved Before, I think is one of them. But Netflix has, there's a bunch of like teeny bop teenager type shows. Even if you just watch one episode or fast forward and see the styles that they're wearing, that is what is selling right now. That's a way that I do research without actually having to be at a computer doing research, always paying attention to what's selling and what's going on. Sorry, friends, I keep hitting the wrong button. I have about 5 more for you. Victoria's Secret's Y2K pajama set. This I actually thought might sell a little bit higher. I am resetting my closet right now, or store, eBay store, Poshmark closet. I'll link a video up above of what I'm doing. But summer slowdown. I wasn't working as much in the summer, not working at all, essentially just shipping. I'm trying to gain that volume back. So things that I'm doing. One of the things that I do when I'm trying to reset is I just accept every single offer. So I probably could have got a little bit more for this. I accepted the offer. $20 is $20. This maxi skirt, a long maxi skirt, kind of a mermaid. Tommy Hilfiger. So Tommy Hilfiger, if you can find the Tommy Hilfiger overalls, friends, tell me you didn't have those. I actually did not. I had a friend who had them, and I was so jealous. I could never afford them. Never found them at a thrift store. But wearing those with like the cropped shirt, can you guys tell I'm excited? I love shopping for these things and reminiscing about my high school, middle school, teenage days. Union Bay again, friends. Some of those jeans were actually selling high, but even these cargo shorts, friends, you get these at the bins for, they probably weigh maybe a pound, probably not even that. So you're getting them for $1 and you're flipping them. They flip quickly for $18. Shorts, cargo shorts, Carhartt. This brand is hit or miss. You can see these were on a sale, which means I probably had them for a little bit longer. So these are not selling as quickly as like the Abercrombie & Fitch or the American Eagle, but that cargo short for men's, I'm finding the khaki is also something that's selling a little bit higher. Union Bay. Again, $17, so you're not making huge profits on these Union Bay, especially the shorts. Those pants that are wider leg style definitely, as you saw, are selling higher, but anything that I've picked Union Bay, Y2K 90s vintage has been selling. If you guys like this video, YouTube thinks you like this video, I will link a playlist down here on, what shall I make? I don't know. I'll figure it out when I list it. And make sure to hit that subscribe button to learn how to make money reselling on Poshmark and eBay.